But basically, you know, why I kind of want to put this thing together is because I do have a passion for food, and I have a passion for people. Anybody knows me, I have a passion for a really nice glass of wine or a martini, and good music and fun and everyone getting together and having a good time. And this is what this night's going to be about. So I want you guys to enjoy yourselves, ask questions, be involved. Have this be a dynamic situation, and it's about fun, and that's who we are. And when I came up with the menu for tonight, that's kind of what I wanted it to be about. Knew the holidays were coming in, and so I said, well, what can I do with a holiday menu, and turn it on its ear, throw some coals on it, and you know, do something on the grill that we always do, our traditional Thanksgiving courses. And let's do them in the backyard, because this is South Texas, and we can drink cold beer in November in the backyard of our barbecue pit. And Lord knows there's about 1,500 people in your kitchen on Thanksgiving Day, all trying to do one thing around 4 burners and a single oven, and before you know it, you're in a bad mood before dinner. So I figured let's do all this stuff outside. Let the chillins go run away and play and party, and let the adults go, and so, you know, people can be in the kitchen, we can be outside. It's a fun way to do Thanksgiving, and so that's what this is all about. I call it like I don't know, like holiday backyard fusion whimsy. Our first class last time went spectacular. It was wonderful eating. For those of you who are here, who was here last time? Who was here? Did you have a good time? Was the food good? Can you give me a hell yeah? That's what I'm talking about. We're going to start with our pit-kissed cream corn with a Reggiano Parmigiano. I'm going to put it right here. Now, I'm starting off with room temp heavy cream. All right, and the reason I'm using room temp heavy cream is because we're going to scald the cream. And when you scald cream, you want to make sure that you're bringing it up just before the boiling point, and it's called delta T. You do not want to start with cold cream, because then you're going to run the risk of burning the cream. You want to start with room temp, then bring it up to boiling, and then you won't burn it. That's a nice trick too. If you're scalding milk, scalding cream, or half and half, start with room temp. Okay? Boom. Bam! Some pepper. Bam! A little more, because I like pepper. Okay? Oh, I don't need that yet. Here's a little salt. We're going to fire this up a little bit. Again, we're going to bring this just to a scald. And by scald, can you guys hear me? Am I all right? Yeah. Okay, right on. What you're going to want to look for when you're scalding cream, you want to see bubbles come up to the side on the sides of your pot when you're scalding. That's when you know you're doing it right. If you're using a temp, 194 degrees Fahrenheit is what you want to scald cream at. Y'all didn't think I would bust out with like right there with that little temperature stuff, did you? All right. Thank you very much. A little for you, a little for me. All right. Right here I got some fresh ginger. So I'm just going to finely mince some ginger for you. Everybody familiar with ginger root? Anybody have any questions about what that is?
She loves it.
You love ginger. I do too. It's fabulous. You can candy this stuff. You can throw it into, but it's really good. A little brown sugar, a little butter, and some ginger, and just reduce that down, almost like you're going to make a praline. You know, so basically you boil the brown sugar, you boil the butter until it kind of candies up with the ginger. You dry that out on some parchment paper. Fabulous to nibble on. There you go. Here's another recipe you didn't think you were getting tonight. But here we go. So we're just going to mince this ginger up. Perhaps I should have.
That's good enough for TV.
All right, boom. There we go. All right, perfect. This is having a nice scald to it. All right, so here we go. On this one, we have a little bit of cream. We got a little bit of ginger. We got a little bit of salt. We got a little pepper. We're going to let that kind of come together. We want this to reduce by about 1/3. Okay. Right now, Mike, would you hand me 2 of those ears of corn, please? All right. So now we got some nice roasted corn. A little olive oil, a little salt and pepper went on them, and beautiful roasted corn. So what we're going to do is I'm going to cut a little end off so I don't cut myself. I can use this as a blade, and I want to make sure that I get all of the, my knife's a little bit dull, but I'm going to get all of this corn off. I'm going to add this to my scalded cream. You can grill the corn for about, usually it takes about, depending on how hot your pit is or how close the coals are, I would say about 4 minutes per side. You don't want the corn to be, you guys can probably tell, I hope, that the corn is still al dente, and so are the green beans. And that was on purpose. I really like the corn on a cream corn casserole, so it's got a little crunch to it still. So you're not cooking the corn completely, because again, you're going to add this to the cream. Oops. Now, we're going to bring this together. We got a little cream. I'm sorry? Oh, honey, I'm free every night.
No, he works Thursday night.
So, we're going to add a little chicken stock here.
Do you ever use homemade chicken stock?
I do use homemade chicken stock, absolutely. Just grab yourself some bones, grab a mirepoix, a little bit of celery, garlic, and carrots and onions. Throw it together with some chicken bones. Bring it together for about, I would say, about an hour on a nice rolling boil. Once it hits a rolling boil, bring it down to a simmer. Put a lid on top of it, and strain it. You got a great chicken stock. This right here, I was so lucky, and I'm going to talk about our sponsors later, but to get together with the folks from Whole Foods, and she brought me. They got us this wonderful, free range organic chicken stock, which is fabulous. So that's what I used. This is starting to reduce a little bit more. Let's add a little more fire to it. And by the way, I just added some flour to the cream corn to thicken it up a little bit. You will need to do that. It's almost like a bechamel sauce that you're making, because you have the butter, you have the cream, and then you have a little bit of the flour. It's a little bit of a French technique cooking-wise, and then it'll thicken it up. All right, so the cream corn, we finished it off. We reduced it a little bit after the chicken stock and the cream, and then we put a little bit of flour to thicken it up. At this point, I hope you guys were able to taste the Parmesan cheese that I added to the cream corn. And it's going to make it a little bit more rich. It's going to add a nice full flavor to it, and bam, a little bit of that to that. And then I finished it off with a little bit of diced scallions. I wanted to brighten it up and add a little onion flavor instead of, a lot of people put onions in their cream corn at the beginning. I wanted to do it at the end and brighten it up a little bit with the diced scallions. So that was the cream corn casserole. I hope you guys enjoyed it.